All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Everybody good? Everybody cool? Everybody clean? Everybody crisp? Everybody irate? Let's talk. I'm gonna tell you a story. Tell you a story about what happened to my ex-wife. So she had a little tiny TV when we got divorced, and I said, you know what? Mother's Day coming around, I'm gonna buy her a TV. Bought her a nice Samsung TV. Beautiful. Got all the little apps and garbage on it. Follow me, don't lose me. And yeah, so she couldn't figure out something on the TV. You know, it got the phone number on it, said, you know, call support. So she calls support and tells them, hey, I'm having issues with XYZ. Support asks her for her serial number, ask her for the model of the TV, and they say, we're going to take over your TV from here, and we're going to fix your issue from here. Cool, no problem. So as soon as they finally take over the TV, individual on the phone while they're with her says, ma'am, I really think that you should go put some clothes on. She looks at the phone. She said, excuse me? He said, I think you need to go put some clothes on. Because while we have control over your TV, we can see everything in your living room. She freaked out. This was years ago. Now, the moral of my story is, we are being watched. We're being watched. At any given moment, we're being watched. Which leads me to the post office. Us being monitored and us being watched. That would include all carriers, all truck drivers. You heard me, truck drivers. Even the clerks. Everything we do is being monitored and being watched. They use this data to evaluate our performance. It's kind of how things work nowadays. They collect data to evaluate our performances. So, here's something that maybe some of you know, but maybe some of you don't know. This is more so for the carriers. Carriers, slowly but surely, they're going to be putting a tracking system into every single postal vehicle. Every single postal vehicle, from your LLVs to the new EVs to anything that has a postal emblem on it. That goes for all the cars that the supervisors uses as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH, and I'm sitting here in my underwear, but who cares? Mind your damn business. Y'all already see it. Check that out. Check it out. Yes. Oh, y'all wanted it. It's here. Everybody cool, everybody clean, everybody crisp, everybody what? Everybody irate. Yeah, buddy. They're here for you. Check it out. Check it out. Fellow postal worker making them. How you want them? How you want them? Custom make them for you. She doing them. But you gotta have the irie on there, alright? Because y'all gotta already know. Check. You see it. You see it. What life? I work for the post office. Mail escort. Come on now. Plenty more. Her information will be in the video description. Her Snap, Insta, all that other stuff that I don't have. This is JH. Let's get it, baby. This tracking system will be monitoring the gas mileage, the gas consumption, the idle time, where you sit for long, where you're going, etc., etc. Now, truck drivers are usually accustomed to this because if you've ever been in an over-the-road truck, you guys know that they can monitor everything. Your braking power, your speed, everything. It is being done as we speak, and I'll just pop up a little thing so you can see what it is, and it's being monitored by a third-party service. Now, what happens is it will shoot data right to the people at this company that monitor it, And then they will turn around and send it directly to your respective managers. Now, if your vehicle is sitting idle behind a mall for 30, 40 minutes while you're going to get your nails done, it's going to send a signal. It's going to tell your supervisor, hey, this vehicle has been idle in one spot for X amount of time. It's up to your supervisor's discretion whether or not they know, okay, this person is in front of a building and they're delivering, or this person is where they're not supposed to be. This is not something that Jay makes up. This is something that was reported to me. This is something that I've seen. This is something that is currently going on throughout the United States of America. Now, a lot of people talk about, oh, the GPS, man, that thing is not accurate. Well, it's accurate enough for everybody to go and use their Google Maps to go find where they need to be. And people say, oh, it's not accurate. It's off usually by 200-300 feet. No, it's a delay. It's a short delay. The delay is usually by milliseconds. You don't have to take my word for it. Just look up the data. Just Google it for yourself. It's imperative that you guys know this, because at the end of the day, while we can't stand Mr. DeJoy and his actions, understand his actions are tracking our duties, which leads me to what's going on at the clerk's desk. When you guys are at the desk and you guys have, you got to get rid of a customer within 3 to 5.5 minutes, some weird number like that. Those computers that they just put in there monitor how long each transaction takes. We are being watched. You get what I'm saying? We are all being monitored for job performance. That brings us to the clerks that work at those DB machines and everything, when they're sitting those trays of mail in it. That's how they monitor how much mail goes through your section, DB14, DB15, per hour. That's how that works. They know when those machines, because they all have computers, send data to say this machine was doing this machine broke down at this time, this machine turned back on at this time, the person came to the machine and started working at this time. We're being monitored. Is it alarming? It shouldn't be alarming if we were just doing work, if we were working while we were at work. It tells people also, mail handlers, which think that they're, kind of scot-free with this because they, tend to get around. They are planning on putting these little cards, I guess, these card readers, because, you can use your badge to scan in and scan out of places, and scan your badge to use the scanner when you get on a machine to go do your job for the day. So the forklift drivers go use, and it will monitor your movements to see if the forklift is actually used for work. It's crazy how this whole thing works out, right? They are monitoring everything. Now, the ones that say, oh, I don't have a forklift license, so that shouldn't affect me. Well, they got scanners. They also put you guys to work in different sections, from the letters and et cetera, et cetera. They are cracking down on the non-workers. The non-workers. And everybody that watches me is not a non-worker. Everybody that watches me is a worker, right? Let's hope so. Because those changes are vital for the data that he's already received and will be receiving on the next moves that they continue to do throughout the next 10 years. Why is it alarming to us that we're being tracked? Have you guys ever sat there and talked to an Amazon worker that works in a facility? Do that one time. Find out what they do and how they're monitored there. It's amazing. Technology. We used to complain about everything in our place being old and outdated. I remember those cries. We had the raggedy trucks, we got the raggedy LLVs, we got the raggedy this, we had the old scanners. Remember the old scanners about yay big? These things was like, whoa. Now they got these top-notch little tiny scanners. They're like, oh, they can't track everything. My scanner, when I use my scanner, it travels around with me. When I sat there and was playing 204B for a little while, I could track any trailer in this country. Any trailer within 300 feet. I know where that stuff is. And you know what else I know? Is what contents was scanned onto that trailer. Meaning, whatever they scanned on that trailer, I know where it is. People think that the post office doesn't monitor everything. They monitor everything. Everything. There's a couple of things that slide through the cracks due to human error. Human error. But a majority of everything that goes on is monitored. This is just one of those things where you all need to know what's really going on. So look at this. Look. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? You can't pay for intelligence. This is what I got to deal with trucks. See, if I was in a truck and that idiot, come on now. What an idiot. Anyway, what lie was I telling? Yeah, so everybody's being monitored. Nobody's going scot-free, which kind of piggybacks off of the RC. Let me not screw this one up. The rural carriers, when they're out on their routes and they're complaining about, oh, this is not accurate, it's not accurate. The data that is being sent to them, that's all they have to do. As the guy spoke about inside of, that video that I posted a couple days ago. The data is given to the big wigs that sit behind the desk. The nerds that are sitting back there saying, okay, well, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And then they send the data back saying, hey, man, this is not efficient. This is not effective. They send data back, and I know I spoke about this in one of my other videos, that they are only utilizing 30% of each truck average. 30% of a 53-foot trailer. That's how much mail. So the mail volume is going down, but they say the mail volume is going down because the clerks ain't pushing the mail out for every one of my trips, and all I scan is 3 pieces when I can hold 24. This is the data that this man is collecting. There's nobody to blame for this except for ourselves and the supervisors that won't have a clerk specifically set up to go dispatch the mail in the middle of the day. Oh, we don't have any extra equipment to change our setup. That ain't my fault. Don't screw my job up because you guys don't have no extra equipment. Give me that mail so that I can get the mail moving so that we can show we got work going on. But when the data comes back and says they only use 30% of my trailer, Jay can vouch for that. Truck drivers can vouch for that. They're not giving us as much mail when you go to the station to do a pickup. They're not getting as much mail in the morning when they're getting delivered. We used to have to, go to a station. Sometimes you would have, on your last trip, you'd have a whole trailer and a half worth. Now you're barely getting a trailer full to go deliver to the stations for the carriers. The data says your station in, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Station 1 used to get, 80,000 pieces per day. Now it's down to 44,000 pieces per day. That should be alarming. It should be alarming because the mail is not moving or there's no more mail. I can't tell you what the scenario is, but if we are not being efficient, and I read my comments all the time, people say it all the time, I'm not using USPS anymore. I'm using FedEx. I'm using UPS. I'd rather use DHL instead of the post office because they're not efficient. Why are they not efficient? Because we're not scanning. We're not moving as fast. We're falling asleep behind, shopping centers. We're taking and not utilizing what we have, what we've been blessed with initially, to its full advantage. Now we're almost the laughing stock of the delivery units, the delivery companies nationwide. And it's steady going downhill. And who's it to blame? It's from the management down. We have the management that plays favorites. We know this supervisor is dumb as a rock. And that supervisor is only a supervisor because that supervisor's aunt is the plant manager or the postmaster. Nepotism. We spoke about that in the video. All of these different pieces of this puzzle are coming together slowly but surely. And you all should know that throughout the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it's really up to us to make this whole thing work. Whether it's too late, I don't know. But again, we have an opportunity to keep utilizing everything that they give us. If they give us new equipment, utilize it. If they put standards on you, say, hey, you're being monitored for this, no trips are late, do your best to do your job. That's kind of what it is. It's our job. This JH, and we out.